Hello, hello. I'm live. I haven't been live in a while, so today I'm just going to do like an open Q&A just to check in with everybody, see how everyone's doing. I used to try to do these about once a week, but it's been a while. So right now there's no one on here, which is fine. So if you're watching this replay, hello. Definitely say hello in the comments. And then I will try to go back through the comments and answer some questions as well, even after this is over. So how's everybody doing? Since nobody's on here in the replay, how are you doing? Go ahead and answer me there. All right, I have 2 people on here. So I'm just going to wait a little bit for more people to hop on here. But if you're on here, say hello. It's kind of an open Q&A format today. Plus, I'm going to discuss a little bit about my expat retreat that I have coming up in August, but I'll do that more towards the end. And I won't be on here for too long because I got a lot of meetings today. So I would like to, see how everyone's doing. Who's on here? If you're on Facebook, I can't see your name. So if you want to tell me your name, then that'd be awesome. Yes. So let's see. Yeah. Say hi. If you have questions, this is your opportunity. If you got questions about moving to Costa Rica, if you're new to this channel, or if you're new in the Facebook group, my name's Sarah. I help people move to Costa Rica. We have a relocation package. So that's what we do. Help people get their way here, choosing what areas they need to be in, rentals, insurance, cars, all of the whole kit and caboodle. So that's what we do, and that's why I'm on here talking about it. But I do like to hop on here and ask and answer people's questions because I know some of the internet is just a whirlwind of information. So it's nice to hop on and just be able to answer some direct questions for people. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Logan. Well, it says Logan Addis Music on YouTube. Sweet. It says, hola, coming to your retreat. Looking forward to it. I can't see your name, so tell me who you are. I'm very excited about the retreat, and I will discuss about that. But yeah, first I just want to do open Q&A. So I'm here to serve you guys. What questions do you guys have? What's going on? I can read the comments. How's your life going? Are you moving? Are you considering moving? Where are you at in that process? Some people I know are moving. They're just waiting to sell their houses. They're getting their stuff packed up. Others maybe are just kind of getting new to the idea of potentially moving to Costa Rica. So I know everyone's kind of at their own, their own stages of the move. Okay, so, oh, great. Lauren and Haley, you're coming to my retreat. I'm very excited about the retreat. So I will, and then Donovan asked on YouTube what's going to be covered in the retreat. I will chat about that, but I guess I'll just answer that first. So I was going to do the retreat last, but I'm here to answer whatever questions you guys have about Costa Rica. Well, I just have some time today. I got about 30 minutes to hop on here. So the link for the retreat booking page is in the description. So if you're on YouTube, it should be in the description of this video. If you're on Facebook, if you're in the Facebook group, it should just be in the description of this live. So you can check out the page. Okay, I do see some questions rolling in, so I'll make sure to start looking through and answering those. But so for the retreat, you can check out the page. It's in the description or my website, lasaralena.com. And there's a retreat section at the top right. And there's only one so far, but we will be doing more. So we're going to cover a lot in the retreat. It's pretty much going to be for anyone who, we work with people who are moving to Costa Rica. Like, people don't work with me until they know that they're moving. They're like, I know I'm moving. Now what do I need to do? So I thought that retreat would be a nice idea for those who are kind of, either know that they're moving and want to get a jump start on all of the things that they need to do, get in a group with other people who are also moving, get to connect with others who are going through the same process, or also for those who are maybe considering. I know some people are thinking, okay, do I want to move to Costa Rica or Panama or Belize? Or, I had someone is deciding right now between Costa Rica and Colombia. So, I think it's a nice opportunity. So if someone's kind of on the fence, they could still come and explore and get to know all the nuts and bolts of the actual move, get to talk to actual, people who we have work with us on our team. So like residency lawyer, insurance broker. So, residency is something you might want to consider. We'll talk about the areas, rentals, like kind of the different parts of Costa Rica, why some people choose certain parts over another. We do have other expats who will be joining us who can share their experiences and how they've settled here, where they live. So we have some people from different parts of the country too who will be attending. So I think that'll provide some unique perspective and It'll be Ticos as well as other expats too. So I think it'll be a good mix. But yeah, the goal is it's really for people who may want to move to Costa Rica or know that they're moving and just want to get a head start. Also, we have a lot of awesome fun tours and activities, which I'm excited about. We have a really full itinerary on the retreat. Like you'll see, it looks pretty jam-packed, but I do want to note that you don't need to attend everything. So if it looks like way too much, you're like, wow, I'm going to be exhausted after 3 days with all the stuff that's planned. That's fine. You can sit out some things. There's going to be horseback riding on the beach, surfing, ATV, monkey mangrove, Tarcolis, crocodile river tour, zip lining. So like a chocolate tour. So like a lot of stuff is planned. So we'll have the seminars. We might flip them. The seminars could be in the afternoon because, we'll have to coordinate coordinate for rain. Yes, because we'll be in the rainy season. So usually our summers are pretty, like our mornings are pretty good. I feel like I'm still waking up. I need my tea. Sorry, guys. My brain's not working that well. But yeah, so that's the retreat. So if you have any other questions about it, I can answer it here. I'm really excited about it. But again, it's one of those things that, you can come do the activities. If you're not planning on purchasing real estate, you don't need to attend the real estate seminars. You can just enjoy the beach or enjoy the pool or just enjoy the resort area because it's at a nice beachfront resort in Estorrillos, which is just 25 minutes south of Paco, where I live right now. So it's less than 2 hours from the airport. Everything's included. So transportation from the airport to the hotel, all the food, the lodging, all the tours, like everything. The only money that you need to bring extra would be if you want to purchase alcohol or souvenirs, or if you also plan to come to Costa Rica before, like days before the retreat or a week before or whatever time, or after. So obviously that would be something that you'd be planning in addition. And for people that have booked, so we are halfway booked, by the way, like half the rooms are sold. I think I put this out 2 weeks ago, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. So very excited about that. It's been booking up quickly. But I know that some people are going to want to stay longer than the week, whether that's before or after. So I will be doing individual phone calls with people to help them kind of plan that out and just kind of discuss their overall itinerary. But yeah, so if you want to learn more about it, it's all set. It's all on the webpage. That'll be in the description of the video, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. You're welcome to check it out. If you have any questions, you can always email me at sarah@lasaralena.com. And then, of course, if you want to book, you just go ahead and fill out the form. I call from a 219 number. That's confused a lot of people. So I'm going to have to maybe make a little note on that form to let people know that I'm not spam calling them. Because otherwise, if I called from a Costa Rica number, people would be getting international charges. So I prefer not to do that. All right, so that was about the retreat. So if you want to take a look at it, you have the link and you know where to find me if you have questions about it. Okay, so let's see. Rebecca said, I'm trying to find a high school for my son. Well, let's see. I mean, I would kind of figure out what area, what kind of school you want, what area you're looking in, and then see what schools are in the area. So schools sometimes do tend to determine where some people do settle in Costa Rica, especially if you have a family. The school might determine where you want to be. But your son would probably have to go to private school, considering that he would not be a resident. Okay, Mary, hoping to meet you this August. Yes, I'm hoping to meet you too. You just asked a question in the group. I'll post it here since we're online. Okay, I'd like to know a little bit about capital gains with crypto and stocks as a U.S. citizen and the potential to save on taxes if possible in Costa Rica. That is something I have no idea. That's a question I don't know. What I would do is I would recommend talking to a firm that does expat taxes. So I used to work for one called Bright Tax. I thought they were a great company. Bright Tax, I think their website was brighttax.com. So this would probably be something that would be best for an expat tax company to discuss with you because they will know your tax liabilities that you have in the United States. But also you probably want to talk to a Costa Rican tax advisor too, to see if you'd even need to prepare a return for those things. So yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. That's pretty. Okay, so do you know if when you get residency, do you have to contribute to CAHA or can you get private insurance only? So when you get residency, you do have to contribute to CAHA. Even if you get private insurance, even if you never use the CAHA, you have to contribute to it. Okay, I'm a Navy vet with a pension. Do you know if there are hospitals that accept Tricare medical insurance in Costa Rica? That's a good question. So I have some veteran clients, and there was some, let me just do I'd have to take a look. So I do remember seeing that there's somewhere in Costa Rica that does accept the VA, that insurance, or those benefits. It looks like maybe I would just call your insurance provider and ask them, because that'll depend. And they would probably know if they have providers over here in Costa Rica. Because that could be iffy. I'm not sure on that. I'd have to look that up. That would require further research. Let's see. I'm supposed to be working, but this is much better. All right. Someone says to get a job. All right. I do have a job. Thank you. Get a job. All right. Okie doke.
Did you turn on the fan in
With the remote.
the remote?
Yeah.
The living room fan?
Yeah.
What is
The remote, the one that the remote with the two thing. It has the light and the remote, the white one. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I have a fan in the living room that gets turned on via remote, which is kind of interesting. All right, so let's see. I have looks like a lot of spam on here. I'm gonna put this user in a timeout. I didn't even know I could do that. Yeah, this is really weird. Well, haven't seen this before. I'm not really sure how to answer you guys' questions if there's all this spam here. I guess I just keep putting these users in timeout. Deactivate Walter. Jesus. Should I just block these people? Sorry, guys. YouTube is going crazy. Sorry about it. Let me just try and block some of these things because it's really strange. Okay. Very strange. Why is the internet so weird, guys? Why can't everybody just be normal? Okay. Okay, let me try to actually get to the comments. So if you're on Facebook, I'm sorry, I have all this spam stuff going on YouTube, which is just really weird. Okay. I think I got it. I think I figured it out. Okay. Now I'm going to go back out and so I can go see who I missed. Okay. I think I got that figured out. Okay, so how long before our move should we contact you to help with our transition? It won't be long now. I would say like within the 6 months, you know, and at least 2 months notice. 2 months is like in the last 2 months is where we really things pick up and we start moving along, because that's when we start looking for people's rental, like their long-term rental that they're going to move to when they arrive. So I would say no later than no earlier than 2 months. Really 2 months. We need at least 2 months as a sufficient time as a heads up on your arrival so we can coordinate. But 6 months is ideal. Usually it's like the first few months, okay, we know what we're going to do. There might be a little bit of a drop off, but we have monthly meetings that you can join just to kind of keep the momentum going. We have monthly budgeting, packing, and Q&A, like private Q&A sessions that we do via Zoom. And then about that 2 month mark, that's when we start moving faster on things. So that would be ideal. Okay, definitely moving to Costa Rica. And that was Rebecca says, definitely moving to Costa Rica. I found high schools around Tamarindo, but rentals seem much more expensive than surrounding areas. Is that accurate perception? Yes. So yeah, rentals are definitely more expensive in Tamarindo. If you would be willing to commit maybe 6 months to a year, you could get a better price. Like I think I have one client in like a 2-bedroom. It's kind of a condo. It's nice. I think it's like $950 a month. And, you know, pets can be kind of difficult when it comes to condos. Not that nobody accepts pets, but it can be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, Tamarindo is just more expensive. So it's just difficult. But you could be in some areas outside of Tamarindo. There's a lot of towns, Huacas, you know, Bracelitos. Well, it's about 30 minutes. You probably wouldn't want to be all the way out there. But there are towns outside of Tamarindo. Villanueva, right? No, Villarreal. That's another town outside of Tamarindo that's like right outside. That could be a possibility. So if things are looking too expensive right in Tamarindo, you could be, 5 to 10 minutes outside. 5, 10, 15 minutes outside. Okay, so let's see. I am thinking about moving to Santa Teresa area with my dog from the mainland U.S. with the intention of being there for a few months, but open to staying longer. My main concern is having a safe home for her when I go surfing. Also, just in general, I'd love any insight on housing with a well-behaved dog, safety, living alone in the area, or finding roommates. Just with, security. Like always with any rental, you want to check into what level of security it has. It's nice if you have neighbors nearby, especially if you are alone, maybe as a female. I've lived in some neighborhoods where, the neighborhoods look out for each other, the neighbors. So that's really helpful. But, I wouldn't really worry about your dog you said, my main concern is having a safe home for her to be when I go surfing. So yeah, if you think your dog will be fine in the home and be relaxed and not make any damages, then I guess you're good. But yeah, I would recommend maybe living in a neighborhood or somewhere where people know each other pretty well. People are close. And I think that helps with security. And then just obviously making sure all your locks work, your windows are secure. It just depends, on the area, asking around, how is this area? Are there any break-ins? Just doing some inquiring about the area. Okay, other Facebook users. I would have been there by now with my 2 boys. I'm in the UK and things to travel are banned again. Darn. It's tough. Okay. Okay, thanks. All right. Ron says, I'm going for the full month of June. I want to go north and south, mountain versus beach. I was wondering if you can suggest inexpensive, I guess maybe you're trying to say Airbnbs and places to rent for 4 to 5 months. Well, if you're going to be going all over the different areas and maybe spending 1 month there, 1 month there, 1 month there, then, you could just do the Airbnb monthly rate. So Airbnb now has a monthly rate. But other than that, you'll start seeing a lot lower rates whenever you can come and be actually saying, okay, I'm going to spend 3 to 6 months here, or even maybe a year. That's when you'll start to see rental rates drop because you're committing to a longer term. And also, if you know what areas, if you're saying, okay, I'm going to be 2 months here, 1 month here, 1 month there, you could go on some of the Facebook groups for that area and say, hey, I'm going to be, for example, in Tamarindo from June 5th to July 5th, I'd like to look for a 1 month rental, and then you can see what comes up. So you could do the Airbnb monthly rentals, or you could just check and maybe check some of the Facebook groups for those local areas that you've decided that you're going to be in. But if you think it might be kind of more flowy, you don't want to just be so rigid and because what if you end up, wanting to spend more time in Tamarindo and then you were supposed to go to Samara, but you're really enjoying that area and you want to stay a few more weeks, so that'll just depend on you. If you need to be more flexible, then maybe Airbnb would be your go, but try to get the monthly rate because there can be good discounts. That's what I would do. How long before we move down should we reach out to a shipping company? Let's see. We had an interview with Pablo, I guess within the 6 months, because you're going to want to start itemizing things, at least find out what I'm assuming within the 6 months of your move, you're starting to kind of clean things out. So it might be helpful for you to get in contact with them so then they can at least tell you what they need from you in order to give you a quote. So that's what I would say within that 6 months before your move, as you're starting to clean things out. Okay, so Mary B here. After purchasing a home, how long before you gain residency and how long before health insurance is available? So you can get the CAHA insurance when you get the residency, and the amount of time it takes for residency can vary depending on the type of residency. So perhaps for, the very straightforward ones are like pensionado, people who have the pension have the pension residency. That's pretty straightforward and quick. If you've had a child here, that's pretty straightforward and quick. Marriage. So I know that, and I have another YouTube live on residency. So Andres in that YouTube live explains that when you file your application, I guess I'm assuming you might look at doing a home purchase for the $200,000. So let's say you purchase the home, you file your application. And immigration has 90 days to respond to that application. And then but then they can also request an extension on that response. So it could take months. So if you want to look into getting some other additional insurance while you're not covered by the CAHA, anyways, to enter right now, you're going to need to have COVID insurance, which does cover emergencies, which I think is good. I would always recommend having something here in the country that would cover you in the event of an emergency, no matter what. Otherwise, if you're just going to go to the doctor, let's say if you get an ear infection or, I don't know, you get a cold, going to the doctor is like $50. I mean, this is private, out of pocket. It's really inexpensive. Getting a dental cleaning, it's like, $50. Private, out of pocket. You wouldn't really need insurance for the purpose of just going to visit the doctor because maybe you've got like a stomach thing going on. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to get to these last questions, and then I'm going to hop off here because I have to prepare for another call. Okay. So Rebecca said outside of Tampa would be fine. Great info. Would a car be mandatory then, or is a bus route a reasonable goal? So there is. Oh yes, we have animals. Okay, so there is a bus that goes between, like let's say Villarreal and Tamarindo. There's a bus that goes back and forth. You just really have to check into that bus, make sure how often does it go. Is it going to be convenient for what you need to do there? But yes, there is a bus that continually runs that route. I'd like a 2-bed, 2-bath house with a pet near a beach. Pacific or Caribbean is okay. $1,500 a month budget. Suggestions on where to look. I mean, I guess you could look anywhere. I mean, you pretty much just said beaches on either side of the country. I don't know. That depends. Do you like rainy? Do you like more rainy weather and green jungle? Do you like dry forest? Do you like bigger beach towns? Do you like smaller beach towns? I mean, I would say with that budget, you could find that just about anywhere for the most part. So I think you have pretty much any town to choose from. You just really have to narrow it down of what the community's like in that town and if you're actually going to enjoy living in that town. Okay, hello, we are interested in a retreat. We're having difficulties getting direct flights from Canada. Any advice on how to get our dog there? Thank you. Well, so Canada, I don't know if you knew that Canada had the Canadian Airlines stopped flying here, but you can go through Delta. I've had clients flying through Copa, Avianca, American Airlines, maybe United. So, you'd have to go into the United States. So right now as to my knowledge, there are no direct flights. So, you just have to, you could do Avianca. So I had one client, she flew her dog with Avianca and got into Costa Rica just fine. So that could be an option. But there are not any direct flights at the moment that I know of. Hi, Gloria. Okay. Are those your paintings behind me? No, I didn't paint these. So this lady was walking by. So I live in Hako, and this lady was walking by, and she was saying that she needed to get some pants for a little boy she's taking care of so he can go to school. So she was selling her. She made these paintings, so I just bought 2 from her. So that's why they're there. Don't ship your car to Costa Rica. Buy there if you must have a car. Yeah, I would definitely recommend just buying your car here if you can. But we do have a whole YouTube live with Pablo, and he goes over shipping vehicles and when might be an instance when you might want to versus not. Will there be a speaker at the retreat talking about pet transport services? No. Well, no. As of now, no. But perhaps I could ask. There's a guy from Pet Lounge who sometimes we will direct clients to if it's kind of more of a complicated case with shipping a bunch of pets down. So that could be possible. Or maybe I'll have him here on the channel. So, because I know a lot of people have questions about shipping their pets. But a lot of that right now just depends on the airlines. It's not Costa Rica and their requirements that are being difficult. It's just the airlines. A lot of them are not doing cargo, or the emotional support animals are not a thing anymore for a lot of airlines. So I think that's been making it difficult. Am I going to cover pensionados? Well, I mean, I don't know if you just mean right now. I mean, just for residency, or, I mean, so we have a whole YouTube live about residency. It's with Andres Gomez. I think it's on my channel. It's called How to Get Residency in Costa Rica, or Residency in Costa Rica. That has pretty much all the information that you need to know about residency. It's a really helpful video. he's the lawyer. I can consult and let a person know, okay, it sounds like you might want to apply for this type, but it's always best for you to go ahead and, consult with your actual lawyer. Okay, do you know the company name of the ferry if they allow dogs on board? Name of the ferry? I'm not sure what ferry. Would this be the ferry here in Costa Rica that you can take your car over? Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, yes, you can take your dog with you if it's that ferry. Okay, so hi, Sarah, my wife. We will move to Costa Rica, but we are not sure where we are between Playa del Coco and Quepos. Which differences are remarkable that you can tell us between those two towns? That's a good question. I've been to both. So I used to live in Quepos, and I've been to Playa del Coco many times. What would be the biggest difference? I mean, I guess, so, Quepos is about, let's see, 1 hour and a half, 2.5 hours from the international airport here in San Jose. So one big difference is what airport you're going to be flying into. Quepos is pretty much right neighboring the Manuel Antonio, that area in the national park. So that's really nice. I mean, you're going to have beautiful white sand beaches. Not right in Quepos has a really nice marina. You have, San Jose is 2.5 hours away. That's not far. Whereas Playa del Coco, the towns just look so different. Quepos is kind of set up more of like block, not city, because we don't really have, it's not like a city, but it's more block style. Whereas Playa del Coco is, and Jaco is kind of more block style too. Whereas other towns, let's say like Tamarindo, Playa del Coco, Dominica, La Vita, are more like road style, maybe just roads that have these little branches that go off in different directions. So I would say Playa del Coco is kind of more, has just these different little roads, and it's only 30 minutes from the international airport in Liberia. So that's going to be a big difference in airport. Weather-wise, Playa del Coco gets very dry during the dry season. Everything was very brown. It's that very dry forest, whereas Quepos, Manuel Antonio, things just still stay pretty green. So there's definitely going to be a difference in climate, difference in what you can do in the national park in Manuel Antonio. I would just go to each area and see how you feel. I lived in Manuel Antonio as well, and I found it to be very touristy. Like for me, it was like too much for daily living. So whereas Coco, I know a lot of people do move there and just live there on the daily, but it also does receive tourism. So, I would definitely, if you think both of those are going to be of interest, go spend some time in each place and just see how you feel and really evaluate it for daily living. Because Manuel Antonio, Quepos are really fun to go and look at and gorgeous. For me personally, it's too busy, but that's fine. But other people might love that. Maybe they might love all the action and stuff that's going on there. So, okay. So let's see. I do have to hop off here shortly. Okay. All right. Let's see. Like we're not coming out for 3 months. See Costa Rica for us. What is your fee to help us make our dream come true? Well, if you'd like to inquire about services, so my website is lasarelena.com. That's LASARAHELENA.com. You can feel free to book a call, or you can shoot me an email at sarah@lasarelena.com. And I like to talk to people on the phone before engaging in services to make sure it's, number one, if it's a good fit to work together, to see if they even need my help. Some people might already be pretty far along and may not really need a whole lot. So, and just, make sure it's a good fit for us to work together, and that it's, we're going to be providing a service that's going to be helpful. But let's see. So I lived in Jaco for 10 years, and I'll be visiting hopefully this year. Awesome. Costa Rica, I think you're kind of, Francisco says Costa Rica. I think you're confused with Puerto Rico. This chat is about Costa Rica. Yes, this chat is about Costa Rica. Sorry if my pronunciation. I'm not perfect. All right. Okay, car rental. Okay, great. Alrighty. So I think that's about it. I do need to hop off because I need to prepare for another call, but I did just want to say hello, hop on here, answer some questions. I'm going to try to do this more often. I've been really busy, very busy with everyone who's moving. So lots of travel, lots of preparing. So it's been fun though. And yeah, so you guys know how to reach me. If you want to check out the retreat, you can check out the link below. If you want to know about our relocation services, you can go to my website and book a call, and we can chat about that. I think my calendar's filling up, so if, it fills up pretty quickly. So if there is something that's very urgent, if you're like, we're coming in 2 months, like we need help, then I would definitely say email me and we can schedule time outside of the calendar. It would probably be in the evening. But otherwise, yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about all the weird spam that I got on YouTube. Not sure what's going on with that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Definitely, yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for tuning in. And hope everybody has a great day.